The most powerful AI model in the world just got shut down by the US government. 3 weeks later, it came back. But here's the question nobody's really answering. Is what came back actually the same model? Like and subscribe. I cover stories exactly like this every week. Real quick, if you want to stay ahead of stories like this, there's a free way to get on my list. Links right below. Now let's actually walk through what happened here because it's a lot messier than the headlines made it sound. On June 9th, Anthropic released Claude Fable 5. On paper, it was a monster built for long-running, complex work most models couldn't sustain. And alongside it came Mythos 5, a more powerful sibling model with fewer safeguards, reserved for a small group of trusted cybersecurity partners. 3 days later, it was gone. On June 12th, the U.S. Commerce Department ordered Anthropic to suspend Fable 5 and Mythos 5 worldwide, citing export control authority. The trigger was a report from Amazon researchers. They'd found a way to prompt Fable 5 into identifying real software vulnerabilities, and in one case, the model produced code showing how a vulnerability could actually be exploited. Here's the part that should stop you in your tracks. Anthropic ran its own testing afterward and found that weaker models, including its own Opus 4.8, OpenAI's GPT 5.5, and Kimi K 2.7, could identify those exact same vulnerabilities. Fable 5 wasn't uniquely dangerous. It got shut down anyway. So why did the government pull one specific model off the internet globally when cheaper, weaker models could do the same thing? That question sat unanswered for almost 3 weeks. And that's where this stops being a tech story and starts being a political one. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick was the one who signed the order. And there are real questions circulating about his own financial ties to OpenAI, Anthropic's direct competitor. Nothing here is proven, and I want to be straight with you about that. But when a government official orders a competitor's flagship model offline, and that same official has financial ties to the company that benefits most from it being gone, that's a fair question to ask. I'm not telling you what to think about it, I'm telling you it's worth asking. While Fable 5 sat dark, Anthropic worked with the government and with Amazon to review the evidence. A bipartisan group in Congress even sent a letter pushing for answers on the legal basis for the shutdown. Meanwhile, Mythos 5, the more powerful sibling, got a partial restore, but only for a small set of vetted U.S. organizations through something called Project Glasswing. Everyone else stayed locked out. On June 30th, the Commerce Department lifted the export controls. Fable 5 came back globally July 1st. And this is where it gets interesting, because what came back isn't quite what left. Anthropic built new cybersecurity classifiers specifically designed to catch and block the kind of request that got Fable 5 shut down in the first place. If your request trips that classifier, and Anthropic says this includes some routine coding and debugging tasks, you get silently rerouted to Opus 4.8 instead. You might not even know it happened. You think you're talking to Fable 5. You're actually talking to a different model entirely. So, is Fable 5 actually back? Technically, yes. Practically, for a meaningful slice of everyday use, you might be getting Opus 4.8 wearing a Fable 5 nameplate. That's not a criticism of Anthropic's engineering, it's just the honest answer to, did this actually get resolved? And the honest answer is, partially. There's one more piece of this that matters more than anything else in this story. Anthropic, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are now jointly building something called the Glasswing Framework, a shared standard for scoring how severe an AI jailbreak actually is. It doesn't exist yet, it's a proposal. But if multiple major AI labs agree on one framework for what counts as dangerous, that framework becomes the de facto rulebook for the entire industry going forward. Here's my actual take. This isn't really a story about one model getting shut down for 3 weeks. It's a story about the government establishing a precedent that it can pull a company's flagship AI model offline globally based on evidence that later didn't hold up the way it was originally framed. And it's a story about competing labs now sitting at the same table, building the rules that will decide what the next version of this looks like. Whether you think that's smart oversight or a dangerous choke point, the framework being built right now is going to outlast this specific incident by years. This connects directly to two other stories I've covered recently: the Newsom video on California adopting Anthropic's tools, and the GPT 5.6 Sol video on OpenAI's own government restriction. 3 labs, 3 restrictions, all in the same stretch of weeks. I've got all 3 in the AI Arms Race playlist if you want the full picture. I want to know what you think. Do you think the government made the right call here, or was this more about politics than actual security? Drop it in the comments. I'll read them. Because if this is the new normal, this will not be the last time we're talking about who gets to decide which AI you're allowed to use.